A TV newsman needed some quick pictures of a forest fire. So he dashed to the helipad, boarded a helicopter, and within minutes was over the scene. "Get as close as you can so I can get good pictures," he said to the man in the cockpit. From the cockpit came a deafening silence and then a shaky whisper. "Aren't you the instructor?" From the moment we were born, life has been asking us to do things that we've never done before and to go places where we've never been before. What experience did we have at going to school before we went? What experience did I have of being a priest or you of being married before we got there? What experience do we have of being middle-aged or old or retired or widowed or dying until we get there? In a word, we all have good reason to say there ought to be an owner's manual here somewhere. And that's how the apostles felt in the reading that we just heard. Jesus had just told them to go out and proclaim the good news. Be stand-ins for Jesus. Good heavens. They weren't ready and they knew it. But because Jesus asked them, they stepped forward into the unknown, willing to try their hand at doing something they really hadn't done before. And lo and behold, they proclaimed the good news and drove out demons and cured the sick. They did it. And it was no accident. For if on one level they were unprepared, on another they had what they needed. They had all the goodness and power that God had placed within them when He made them. We forget that. They carried the Lord Himself with them in their hearts. And finally, as they went out two by two, each one had a brother at his side, a God-given friend to walk with him and to keep him going. And so they completed their journey, not perfectly, but well. And God's kingdom drew a little nearer. Though we, as often as not, don't recognize it, God has already given us everything we need to face whatever life brings to us. He Himself walks with us as by trial and error we slowly find our way, and He's given every last one of us the unique gift of one another to help us remember who we are and where we're going and to keep on going. None of us knows what life is going to ask of us before we sleep. Only one thing is certain: there will be many more uncharted roads in our lives, roads we haven't seen before. And as we face them, there will always be the choice to freeze in terror or to step forward in fear. Always the choice. Will we be ready to step forward into the unknown? We will. If we refuse to be mastered by our fears Fears come to all of us. The question is, do we allow ourselves to be mastered by them or not? If we decline that honor, being mastered by our fears, when we encounter new circumstances that call upon us to step forward, we will step forward and draw upon the three great gifts that God has given every last one of us: Himself, ourselves, and one another. So take hold of these three great gifts that you certainly do have. Even on those days when you are feeling weary and weak, those three gifts are yours. Learn to draw upon them deeply, day by day. And then set your foot on the path and don't look back. One step at a time. Even in the most confusing of circumstances, you will find your way. Amen.